The bullied mermaid. Lagos was a city of dreams, but for Amoka, it felt like a nightmare. She had lived in the bustling Ajigona area with her aunt since she was 6, after her mother disappeared without a trace. Her aunt, Momorong, treated her like an outsider, always reminding her that she was an unwanted burden. At school, things weren't any better. The students mocked her for her unusually large, luminous eyes and the way her skin always seemed to shimmer under the sun. They called her Mommy Water, laughed at her for being different, and made fun of the fact that she couldn't swim even though she had never even tried. The worst of them all was Tiwa, the richest girl in their school. She led a group of girls who delighted in tormenting Amoka. They tripped her in the hallways, poured water on her books, and locked her in the bathroom for hours after school. Each day was another test of endurance. Amoka never understood why she felt an odd connection to the ocean, despite being terrified of it. Sometimes, she dreamt of water calling her name, waves whispering secrets only she could understand. But she ignored the dreams, just as she ignored the taunts and cruelty of her classmates. One day, everything changed. The transformation. It was a scorching Friday afternoon, and the school had organized a beach trip to Takwe Bay. Amoka didn't want to go, but attendance was compulsory. She sat alone, watching the waves crash against the shore. Something about the water made her heart race, not in fear, but in longing. "Why are you sitting here alone, Mommy Water?" Tiwa's mocking voice interrupted her thoughts. "Leave me alone," Amoka muttered, but Tiwa and her gang only laughed. "We should test if she really is Mommy Water," one of the girls suggested, smirking. Before Amoka could react, strong hands shoved her forward. Her feet slipped on the wet sand, and within seconds, she plunged into the ocean. Panic set in immediately. She flailed her arms, her body sinking deeper. But just as she thought she would drown, something strange happened. A warm sensation spread through her veins, and suddenly, she could breathe underwater. The fear melted away as her body began to change. Her legs fused together, covered in iridescent blue and gold scales. Her fingers lengthened, webbing stretched between them. A long, shimmering tail replaced her legs, and the water no longer felt foreign, it felt like home. She was a mermaid. Revenge. When she resurfaced, gasps filled the air. Tiwa and her gang stood frozen, their faces pale with shock. The other students screamed and ran. Amoka swam to the shore, feeling powerful for the first time in her life. The ocean raged behind her as if it, too, wanted vengeance. "You threw me in, now it's your turn," she said, her voice echoing unnaturally. With a flick of her tail, a massive wave rose behind her and crashed down on Tiwa and her friends. They screamed as the water dragged them into the ocean's depths. Amoka watched as they struggled, fear evident in their eyes, the same fear she had lived with for years. But just before they drowned, she relented. With another wave of her hand, the water pushed them back to shore, coughing and trembling. "I am not weak," Amoka said, her voice firm. "And I am not Mommy Water. I am something greater." Tiwa and the others scrambled away, their bullying days over forever. As Amoka turned back toward the sea, a deep voice echoed in her mind. "You have found your true self. Now, come home." Without hesitation, she dived into the water, disappearing beneath the waves. Lagos would remember the bullied girl who became something far greater than they could ever imagine.